Would somebody please tell me, what do I say to my kids to make them stop fighting? I'm going to tell you what you say to your kids to make them stop fighting. I've had several people ask me about this very topic, so I'm going to make a video for you. Here is a very important point to remember. There is a healthy place for sibling rivalry. Kids need to learn to work things out. And they learn how to handle disagreements with their siblings. They learn what they're good at, what they're not good at, what they need to get better at. There's a lot of really healthy stuff that comes out of sibling rivalry. You got to know where the line is. That's what I call it. Parents need to know when rivalry crosses the line into something destructive, something damaging. That's when you need to jump in. That's when you need to pounce. Let me give you an example of a family that I talked to, and these parents were having a horrible time with their kids. They said their kids couldn't even walk down the hall without pushing each other and punching each other. They told stories of kids like jumping across the table trying to strangle each other. There was constant insults hurled and put downs to the extreme. All that stuff is crossing the line. That's what I look for. Is it getting violent? Are they putting their hands on each other? That's crossing the line. Are they putting each other down? And I'm not talking about, hey, you're stupid, or stop that, or I don't like you. I'm talking about like cut downs, like you're an idiot, and just like to the core of who they are, just insulting them, tearing them down. I think you get the picture. Those type of things have to stop right away. So when you see that as a parent, that's the line. That's when you got to jump in. And here's what you do. Number one, you need to focus in on their heart. And I know that sounds a little bit cheesy, but it's the truth. I mean, it's what I do when I work with siblings who are fighting. I have them in my office. I have a heart-to-heart with them, and I talk about how important their relationship is, because it is really important. Second to parents only, the sibling relationship is like the biggest determinant of self-esteem, and it's huge. I mean, I talk to adults all the time who are still recovering from wounds and scars, emotional damage that didn't happen from their parents or from strangers, but from their relationship with their siblings. So I explain to the kids that, hey, you guys are really important to you. And that's what you need to do. Say, you are really important. What you say, how you treat each other really matters. It really affects what your sibling thinks about themselves. You might be thinking all you're saying is you're an idiot and I don't like you, but what your sibling is hearing is they're not important. They're not valuable, that they're not worthy to even be in your presence, that there's something wrong with them. And if they hear that enough, and if they're treated like that enough, it's going to sink into their head. It's going to start to become a part of what they think about each other. And you don't want your sibling to feel that way. You don't want your brother, your sister to feel that way. So we got to cut that out. We got to start lifting each other up and not tearing each other down. And I'm serious, take a moment and really connect with your kids and let them know why it's so important. And here's the second part, and I have no easy way around this. I have no easy way of saying this or letting you off the hook as a parent, because this takes some work and some consistency, but it does matter. It does make a difference. What you need to do is you need to help your kids learn. You need to help them learn better ways of handling their conflict. And here's what I recommend. When they cross that line, remember, they put their hands on each other, they insult each other, name calling, that kind of stuff, that's when you jump in and you basically put a stop to whatever they're doing. I know that's inconvenient for you, but that's what you got to do. You got to put a stop to whatever they're doing. And you need to, now if it's really aggressive, then you got to separate them. You know, you go here, you go there, do whatever you can to get them to cool down. But before they go back to life as normal, they need to come together with you helping, and they need to problem solve. So it's basically like, what could you have done better in that situation? How could we have handled this? And it's not about being a referee as a parent. You're not concerned with that, about who did right, who did wrong, whose fault it is. No, it's about how they handle it better. And you stay with them until they can present some really good ideas, or at least some decent ideas, at least some attempt into how they could handle it better, and then let them go their way. And then the next time it happens, same thing. Put a stop to everything, because they have to learn, okay? It's not enough just to say, hey, stop, or I'm going to give you a consequence, because they're not learning. You have to have that problem solving in. And it's kind of a consequence in itself. That's not how you intend it as a parent, but for the kids to have to stop what they're doing, listen to their parent, listen to each other, talk through this before they're allowed to go to something else. There's a certain aspect of that where they don't want to argue anymore just because they don't want to have to stop. They know what's going to happen. Now, you're not going to catch every moment with your kids. It's not important. It's not vital that you care, that you catch every moment with your kids. What's important is that you are mostly consistent. When they cross that line, you jump in and you do that and you stay consistent with it, and it does pay off. It is worth it, and you will see the results. I hope that helped you out. If you have any other questions, let me know. Take care, guys.